Bizarre Brain Comics. Hello, and welcome to Bizarre Brain Comics. I'm Gary, your host. This is where I like to take a look at older comics and talk a little bit about the characters and creators, and then examine the stories and the art. Okay. And what I want to take a look at today is this book right here, Jungle Jim, number 27, from Charlton Comics, 1969. Jungle Jim, you might be aware of Jungle Jim. You may have seen some of the old Johnny Weissmuller movies or the TV series. Also starring Johnny Weissmuller. Well, and the old comic strip. Of course, this is inspired by the comic strip. I want to do the comic strip another time. This time I'm just going to talk about the comic book, other than in the background. So we'll see what the big book of knowledge has to say. Okay, Jungle Jim is a fictional hero featured in the syndicated newspaper comic strip from King Feature Syndicate, which debuted on January 7th, 1934. It's just 12 years short of 100 years. Okay. And in it, Jim Bradley, Jungle Jim, is an Asian-based big game hunter and had numerous adventures in the remote areas of the jungles. He appeared on radio. I've never heard a radio show. I'd like to. Of course, films, TV, and comic books. And the comic books is what we're here to talk about. And the comic strip concluded in 1954. Which is kind of odd because that's right after probably the height of his popularity from the Johnny Weissmuller movies and TV show. The Jungle Jim was created by writer Don Moore, who wrote from 34 to 54, and artist Alex Raymond, who is the creator of Flash Gordon. And he drew it from 34 to 44. Now, if you remember when I told you about Flash Gordon, Alex Raymond, when his Flash Gordon strip debuted, about the same time, as Jungle Jim debuted, and he was already drawing it. So at one point in time, for just a couple of years, Alex Raymond was drawing 3 comic strips at the same time. Fortunately, his Tarzan and his Jungle Jim were just Sunday strips, and I'm not sure whether the other one was Sunday or daily. Okay, then John Mayo took over, and it concluded with Paul Norris, who was later a Gold Key Comics Tarzan artist. And he is also the creator of Aquaman from DC. Jungle Jim was originally created to compete with the Hal Foster Tarzan strip. For a time in the 40s, the strip was reprinted in comic books. And then from 53 to 59, Dell Comics published original Jungle Jim stories. And then in 67, King Features published some original comic books of their characters, such as Flash Gordon, Phantom, Mandrake, and 1 issue of Jungle Jim. And I think I've got that someplace. And in 69 and 70, Charlton Comics ran 7 issues with various artists and writers, such as Wally Wood, Steve Ditko, Pat Boyette, and others. And some of those did double duty. So, Let's go to the jungle. Bungle in the jungle with Jungle Jim. Okay, here we see that cover, better view of that Jungle Jim cover, number 27, 1969. And this is a really nice cover. The interior, well, before I go on to that, in the comic books rather, Jungle Jim was all over the map. In the strip, he was based primarily in, if not exclusively, in Asia. There's India, Southeast Asia, like Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, and stuff like that. But in the Johnny Weissmuller movies, for example, there were some movies and movie serials before Johnny Weissmuller took over, and I haven't seen those. I don't know where those were based. But the Johnny Weissmuller movies in the TV series, he was based in Africa, and he didn't even carry a rifle. Here he's really a big game hunter, and he always has a rifle, and at least a rifle and a handgun. Of course, in the movie, they tried to make him a little more like Tarzan, made it Africa-based, and he just carried a knife. Well, here he's still the big game hunter, always carrying a rifle and guns. But here they're kind of ambiguous. He bopped all over the place. He was often in Africa. Okay, you can see this one, and here is issue number 23. Has got some paint on it. Somebody's spray painted something and got paint on it. And this is a real nice looking cover too. I don't know who drew this. And it looks like it might be Wally Wood inking on it. And the same is over here. As this is, there's no credits inside. But all the stories, so I don't know who wrote it. I suspect Wally Wood did at least some of the writing here, just from the kind of stories they are. And it was penciled, I think, either someone whose art looked just like Steve Ditko, or it was Steve Ditko, and they say he did some stuff. So I presume it was Steve Ditko pencils with Wally Wood inks. And you see it's a really nice dynamic cover here, which is based on a panel inside here. I'll just take a little look at the interior. You can see that figure. You can really tell those figures are Steve Ditko figures, but it's really nicely fleshed out. I've seen just a few other times Wally Wood inking Steve Ditko's pencils, and I have to say they worked well together. It was a real big improvement, I think, on Wally Wood's pencil. Steve Ditko's pencils, and I'm not bad mouthing Steve Ditko, so don't come at me. I just think they worked so well together, and especially since Ditko's women were never nearly so lovely, but once Wally Wood got a hold of them, they became gorgeous. Yeah, this is just a little story. I'm not going to cover this story. And here he is with his friend Kolu, who's his friend and assistant. Kolu. They were basically partners, but he was supposedly like his guide. But see, this is just some of the more weird aspects that he never got into, because it was almost like Jungle Jim was in the comic strip was almost like a spy type, and here it's just like Wild Jungle Adventures, almost Tarzan-like and fantasy-like. And here's the story I wanted to look at: Jungle Jim, the Beast Man, and the Man Beast, and they're deep in the depths of the Asian rainforest. Jungle Jim and his party of explorers find the ruins of an ancient civilization. Yeah, you see, here's a lovely Wally Wood interpretation of Steve Ditko's lady. Jim, look there. And so they see these ruins, and they're being spotted. They're spotted by someone, and he goes to his evil master. Of course, he's got to be an evil mastermind. And here they are, while they're just checking out the ruins, and then they're engulfed by these turbaned assailants. Slap, punch, 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 fight, 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 and they're taken prisoner, and Jim is taken in. They're all taken in, they're all prisoners, and they're talking to this guy. He's, I am Dr. Omar, and you have intruded on my sanctuary. Said he's some crazy scientist, but what I really wanted to show you with this guy here, he looks just like Dr. Zinn from the 1960s Johnny Quest. He looks like Dr. Zinn. And so he's been conducting weird science experiments, and he has his assistant here, his right-hand man, Abu, says he's going to take on Jungle Jim. Release the Beast Man! And they open him up. Oh my gosh, the Beast Man is, well, it's just a man, but he's just acting wild. He bit me! He's an animal! And his attack, and Jim's fight for his life, and finally knocks him out. But guys, he's just like a wild animal. Said, he's getting away, shoot him! Says, no! Release my man beast after him, Hassan. Man beast? And then we see a tiger. And then they turn back, and they're the beast man. He's coming around, and he attacks the people and kills them. Blah, blah, rah, rah, rah. And that's good. Good use of the shadow and silhouette there to add a little mystery to it. And he's killed. Meanwhile, Jungle Jim gets out, and he's being tracked, and he's trying to get away and trying to all his jungle wiles to evade this tiger, but I think I've almost lost him. Says, oh no, it must belong in my mind. It's just a tiger. And then he approaches and he goes, hello, Jim. The tiger's talking. Of course, physically impossible regardless. Anyway, it's just a story. And I was right. Yes, it's a tiger body with a man's brain. And the other guy had the tiger's brain in the man's body. Yes, and my brain transplanted into the tiger's body. And his secret is still safe, for you will not escape. And so it's backing away. Jim jumps into the river. Of course, if you know anything about tigers don't care. They go right into the water. But of course, it's also plus his man's body. I mean, mind, brain. So he gets still trying to get away, get out of the river, and he's confronted right here by the tiger again. But the beast man, he's followed him also. Rawr, and they're engaging. The beast man and the man beast. But of course, with the brain of the man in the tiger, he's able to defeat the human body with the tiger brain. So he's about creeping up on Jungle Jim, and they, oh, what's this? Oh, caught in quicksand. Oh, sinking. Help! Oh, yes. You might be a tiger with a man's brain, but you don't have the tiger's instincts. And he stepped right into that trap. Glub, glub, glub. And now both the beast man and the man beast and the crazy doctor who created them are dead. Well, let's get the hell out of here. Oh, well, first, now that everyone's gone, we can explore the ruins. Then here is just I don't even know who did this, a backup story, a generic jungle backup story. And a little thing about Swahili. That's cool. And here's a little thing about jungle enemies, about animals in the jungle. And then another Jungle Jim story, Winged Fury. And this one really reeks of Wally Wood's writing. And even though this is Ditko art, that looks more like a Wally Wood stone tower, their pinnacle there. And here they are in the jungle again. Another Wally Wood influenced gorgeous woman. Even though you can still see the Ditko drawing underneath, and it turns out there's up there at that pinnacle, at that castle up there, is the last of these winged men, because they find the skeleton there, and it snatches the girl. Fight. Jungle Jim. Oh, got a fight, and here we have the recreation of that cover illustration. And Jungle Jim seems to be helpless, but he manages, and they both plummet to the ground. The winged man is slightly injured, and he takes off, and they leave him in peace. And that was a real interesting story, but that really made me think of something Wally Wood wrote. Actually, all three of those stories really make me think of Wally Wood stories. And that was a lot of fun. I just liked these books. This is, of the several issues of Jungle Jim comic books I've got, I think this one is my favorite. I've got some other like this, and here was drawn by Pat Boyette inside, and I have 2 or 3 others drawn by Pat Boyette. And as I said, I think I have the King Features issue. I'm not positive on that issue, but Jungle Jim is a lot of fun. It's not as good as Tarzan, but still, it's a lot of good jungle fun, and I like that it has because he's not your typical jungle man. Don't get me wrong, I love it because that's my jam, Tarzan. Yeah, but I really enjoy this as well. So thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. I'll see you next time. Remember, comics are art.